Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was When We Come Alive by Switchfoot. In studio, I have Scott Klein.
What up?
And Greg Simmons. How's it going, Greg?
Good. How about you?
Good. Now, yes, we are related, but he's actually got a lot of good things going on in his life. And also, the place that he works is actually, I thought, would be really beneficial to our Slick students to know about. And I just wanted to question him about a couple of things as well. So thanks for joining the show, guys.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we just wanted to question a couple of things. As far as what both of you guys do. Who wants to go first?
Greg, go on. Yeah, you can't point on radio.
Rock, paper. Yeah. Another thing, people, these two, we're actually all cousins, so it's kind of a family event here today. But
minus the fact that you two are brothers.
Well, we're brothers, yeah, but you're not in that brotherhood.
Fair enough.
So I guess we'll start with Greg. So Greg, what do you do for a living?
So I am a financial planner for Net Worth Advisory Group.
Okay, and as far as financial planning, so I think a lot of people get confused between the difference between a financial planner and then a banker, I guess you could say.
So the big difference between what we do and what you find at your local bank would be, we deal with wealth management, financial planning, investments, whereas at a bank, most people are generally just going to open a savings account, a checking account, so they're not doing a whole lot of investments as far as that's concerned. And so we deal more on the end of helping people save, prepare for retirement, make certain investment decisions, and make certain investment goals.
Awesome. Now, as far as some schooling, how long did you do school? Where did you attend school? And yeah.
So I'm a proud, Slick Bruin graduate. Well, as much graduate as you can be here. I got my degree over at the University of Utah in the business school, and I received my degree in finance. And then from there, it's just kind of how much more school you want to do. You can go on and get an MBA. You have to get licensed through different, depending on what type of finance you go into. But I got a Series 65, which allows me the ability to make trades, things of that nature. But depending on the side of investments that you're in is all the licensing that you'll need. I'm currently in a CFP program through Boston University. And
what's a CFP? Sorry.
So a CFP is a certified financial planner, and you would think that most financial planners that you work with would be considered CFP, but they're not, and most of them don't have that designation. And so in my company, we find that it's important to have that designation if you're going to be able to actually work with people and to help them hit their investment goals.
All right, awesome. Well, cool. And then I guess, as far as the benefits to start doing some financial planning now, you were talking about retirement. Now, I know this only because I've talked to you and I've talked to a couple other people that I just know in the finance industry, I guess you could call it. So what would be the benefit of me starting a 401k now versus, 5 years from now?
So for students, especially for those who are listening, saving right now there's a huge advantage for you that your parents or adults, I guess you guys would be considered adults, but people in their 30s and 40s wouldn't.
Some more than others.
Exactly. that you would have that we don't have. And that's compound interest. And the longer you have time for your investments to grow for you, the longer you'll make returns. For example, we use a back test at work that shows if you just invested in the market $10,000 in 1970 and just let it ride out, never touched it, never did anything with it, in 2012 you'd have well over $500,000. And so that just speaks volumes to saving your money, letting it grow, not touching it, not trying to time the market, but just be willing to ride it out.
Scott seemed a little surprised by those statistics there.
Yeah, so start early. You don't need to touch it, and it just grows automatically.
Apparently, Scott and Greg need to meet up after. You guys talk about some finances over there.
And we can go to lunch after this.
So great. Is there anything else that you would think would be beneficial as me, if you were to tell me something beneficial, what would be the most beneficial thing for me to know besides that, or would you say that's just about it?
So the things that I guess the few things I would tell those who are listening is this: one, start saving money. If you have a company that provides a 401k and they offer you a match, put in enough that you're making sure you're getting that match even if your finances are tight, because the match that your company provides is 100% return day one. There's no other place in the market that you can receive that. So that'd be the first thing I'd say, making sure you're taking advantage of any contributions from a company.
So just a quick question on that. What is about the company average what the company's going to match? I mean, is it a 10, a 50%?
No, unfortunately, no. Most companies aren't even going to. I mean, some companies don't even offer a company match, and some companies offer a match, but they put a stipulation saying that we'll give you a match, but you got to stay with us for 6 years to be able to receive that full match, or different things like that. Some companies offer up to 5-6%, which is a big bonus. Some as small as 1, 2, or 3%. So it just depends on the company, the size, and what they're willing to offer. So the first thing I would say is make sure you're funding your 401k and getting that match. Second thing I would say is debt. There's necessary debt, and then there's debt that you can live without. School is a necessary debt. It provides means for you to grow, to make an income, to provide for a job. Expensive cars don't provide you that opportunity. That's a depreciating asset, something that you don't need. And so I would say making sure that whatever debt you're taking on is debt that you're planning on getting out of, and it's debt that you have to take on, not that you need to take on.
Gotcha.
So
some really good key insights. Scott's totally changed about this whole entire thing here.
Oh, yeah. Well, when it comes down to like my financial knowledge, it basically comes down to this. Don't get in debt unless absolutely necessary, like you were saying.
Exactly.
And so when you talk about investments and matching percentages and stuff, like, I love it. Because if I can start early, not have to worry about it, then it's just going to be better for me in the long run. I can take my basic, don't be stupid policy and go from there. So, yeah, this is awesome.
Great. Well, awesome. Well, we're going to come right back. We're going to take a quick sweep into Weezer here, and then we're going to come right back, and we'll have some more information for anybody who's interested. But we're also going to come back and we'll do some interviewing with Scott after this. So don't go anywhere for you here on Radio SLCC. Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was some Weezer with some pork and beans. If any of you guys have you guys both heard that song before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like Weezer.
Okay. No, it's just, there's a lot of people. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I told them about Weezer, and they had no idea who Weezer was.
Is that off their green or their blue album?
Oh, you know what?
Pop quiz.
I couldn't tell you. I will Google it as I interview you.
You just play the button.
Yeah,
I know. Hit the button right there.
I'm the button guy.
You interview. I'll look it up.
So now we got Scott up here with us. So Scott, tell us a little about yourself. So we're related. I know all about you. But as far as like your work, so where do you work?
I work for Zima Software.
Okay, and what does Zima do?
So Zima is basically what it does is be awesome every day.
Okay.
And it's a pretty simple way to put it. The more technical side of what we do, we have some amazing developers, and they've created a call monitoring, call accounting system for your phone system. So whether you're on Avaya or ShoreTel, so if you're sitting at a desk right now and you look down, it says Avaya, we could be seeing what you're doing right now. Well, not us, but your company. But we give them the option for that. So we can look in historically. You can record calls and have them easily accessible. We got real-time applications, dashboards, pops, all kinds of things that, probably have no interest to you right now. But it is what we do.
Oh, cool. So how long has Zima been around for? Like, how did it start? Like, because you were telling me the other day that it's a little newer.
2007.
Okay,
that's
so
newer.
that's
so
7 years.
7 years.
So that's not too new, but not too old either. So,
right.
So you were telling me a little bit about, like how did this get started? It's founded here in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I grew up in Taylorsville, Utah, just right around the corner from here, and so we had a couple guys, and they'd been working with Avaya, which is that phone company right there. And after years and years of working and deploying their software and their solutions and everything, thought that there would have to be a better, easier way to do everything. So they said, you know what, we're going to dive into this, and we're going to create something that's going to be awesome every single day. And so they went into their parents' basement, and they, ran all their internet through their dad's internet bill. They added an additional phone line, and so whenever you would call in, it would go ring all three of them in this basement. And they just kind of buckled down and being familiar with the Avaya phone systems, because they've been doing that forever.
Right.
They came up with a brilliant, never been done before way to actually tie into the system to get more details, more information from it, which translates to more accuracy for the reporting, more features, more functionality. And so when you want to run reports and you want to see what's going on, you want to make sure that they're accurate and that you're getting everything. You're not skipping different things. So that's where it all started, and now we are an awesome company, being awesome every day. It's what we do.
So what do you do at your job?
So I'm a channel account manager. So we have different partners who sell the different phone systems, and they sign up to be able to sell our product because they realize that it's great, people want it, people want to use it, and it'll help them win deals. So when a partner signs up with me or with us, they get assigned to a channel account manager. I'm one of about 4 or 5 of them to manage our 500 partners that we have. And we just help them out with anything they want, whether they want to get a demo or a 14-day trial, 30-day trial for their customers to help them close the deal and make the client happy.
Well, cool. So, I mean, I guess as far as, like, if anybody were interested, like, are they doing any sort of, like as far as, like, if I wanted to get a job at Zima, for example, like, is there any entry-level positions, or is it kind of like do your schooling and then come talk to us?
Oh, our director of office management would be better, but I don't think that we're hiring now or in the near future. As far as education and being done with it, it really just depends. And that's one of the things that Zima's been so awesome about. I was actually, before I went over to Zima, I actually taught U.S. history at Hunter High School in West Valley. And then I made the total career jump over to telephony to learn this brand new world. And one of the things about Zima, they hire the person. It's great to have things, but you also want to be able to be the good hard worker that the employer is looking to hire and bring on. If you're interested, zimasoftware.com. It is not eczema. It's not a skin disease. It's not an alcoholic beverage. XIMA, zimasoftware.com. Check us out. If you have any questions, send us an email. If you're interested in jobs or development or different things, like I said, not hiring now, but we always want to meet good people and make sure that we're bringing on the best so we can continue our pathway towards more awesomeness.
Awesome. And do you guys have like a contact us or anything, Greg?
Yeah, so if you had any questions or things of that nature, we have a webpage. It's networthadvice.com, or all of our contact information's on there, as well as all the advisors and the different people who would be able to help you if you had any questions. So
awesome. Well, cool. Well, it's good to have you guys here. We're going to play a couple games. Scott had an excellent idea of which I wanted to definitely I want to try this out, but we'll hit on that when we come back. It has to do with lunch. So you said you weren't hungry, but you might join in on this after. So don't go anywhere. Right now, I've actually got some Linkin Park from their new CD with Castle of Glass. And then after, we're also going to listen to some Amber Linfrey here on Radio SLCC, and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was Amber Lynn with Self Starter. That is from their newer album. So if you liked it, go ahead and check it out. Either do it by Spotify or Googling it. And it's a great album. They always have some great CDs, though. So let's see. Greg's rearranging here. He's having some technical difficulties.
Just trying to figure out how to work this thing.
Just getting settled in here.
Alrighty. So now we're here to the fun part. I actually found. Do you guys know who Bruce Drennan is? Greg, you might.
No, not ringing a bell.
So he's a sportscaster over in Ohio, and he had a caller call in about a possible trade to the Indians, and the guy's reaction is hilarious. The sports talk show host. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, see if you guys can listen to it and see what you think. I'll also post it on Facebook so you guys can see this guy's reaction. It's hilarious. Right there.
Sandusky. Hello, Scott. You're on the air. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I was wondering what you think of the chances of Derek Jeter going to the Indians.
Would you repeat that, please?
I was wondering what you thought of the chances of Derek Jeter going to the Indians.
That's what I thought you said.
What'd you think?
I think you're an idiot. That's what I think. Now I've heard it all. Oh, baby. What do I think about the chances of Derek Jeter coming to the Indians? That may be the dumbest, stupidest call and question I've ever encountered. I'm entering my 46th year on the air doing this, you know. I think that one may take the cake.
And so I saw that earlier today, and the guy's reaction on his face is hysterical. And, you know, to be honest, I really don't know too much about sports, but I know Derek Jeter definitely, that wouldn't be his first place on going, probably to the Indians, right?
Oh, well, and Greg, you can probably speak to this better because you follow so many people on Twitter and are up on the latest and greatest.
Oh, by the way, Greg is totally anti-Facebook.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
Not a Facebook
I'm okay
believer.
with it.
Big believer in Twitter. Big believer.
And so what is so bad about Facebook versus Twitter?
I don't want to hear about people going to the grocery store.
Is that it?
Well, yeah, and it's by people that I know, and so then I start to pay attention to them, and I don't want to lose respect for those people. So if I don't follow them on Facebook, then my respect level stays the same for them.
Which should be pretty non-existent to begin with.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So if it's starting at 0, you just don't want it to go any lower.
Exactly.
Okay. You don't want to see people's lives just crashing and burning every time they decide to, post their latest selfie or see that they're going all green and organic at the grocery store and just be like, man, there's a reason that we weren't friends 10 years ago, but we are on Facebook now. This is perfect.
So,
I can see your whole world just collapsing.
So what's your guys' least favorite thing about Facebook? Like, as far as posts, what is your least favorite post people put on there? I'll tell you mine is pictures of people's kids. And, I'm okay with every now and then, but when it's every single day, it's one thing if it's, every here and there. But, as far as Facebook, they're like, oh, he's grown so much since 12 hours ago. And, I just don't think we need a whole, forecast of how your baby's doing. Those are, my most annoying Facebook posts. And I actually have a lot of those people blocked on mine.
Well, that's impressive that those parents can do that because I just don't have that. I love my kid, but I don't have that kind of dedication to, follow him around all day and take pictures and to make sure everyone's aware of it. Good for them, I guess.
It's those people you're talking about that I don't like Facebook for in general. They don't just post about their children every 3 hours. They post about the grocery store. And then the other issue I have is the people who respond to it like you said, oh, your kid is so beautiful. And then 12 hours later, those same people will respond, your kid's even bigger in the last 12 hours. Everybody's so fake on it. It just... I just can't handle it.
So, reading between the lines here, you obviously don't love your children enough to put them on Facebook then.
No, I tweet about them.
See, and Twitter is one thing I can't get into. I don't know. I just don't follow enough people. They're I don't care about, celebrities, I guess, what they're always doing. I like The Rock. I follow The Rock.
You know, I don't follow... I bet less than 5% of the people I follow are celebrities because... they also post dumb things about their kids and other stuff, so I don't care about that. I just want to be informed with news updates, sports updates, finance updates, the economy, things of those nature. So.
Gotcha. Scott, did you ever find one out?
Oh, Facebook posts.
Yeah.
No.
He loves Facebook.
Love it. I sit on it all day. Can't wait for the next, and I'm kind of sometimes... I guess with Twitter you can subscribe to more people, so you're getting more updates.
Right.
Sometimes you're just waiting for that next, just terrible post to come through on Facebook. Update faster. Someone posts something that's absolutely ridiculous. But as far as one in particular, I don't know. But I enjoy checking in with people from time to time. How else am I going to know that, a guy I said hi to once in high school is, now has 3 kids? I wouldn't know that any other way.
And do you need
care?
to know that?
Do you care, though?
Yeah.
What happens when I run into them in the store? Instantly I can be like, hey.
You have 3 kids.
You have 3 kids.
You look away
That's
great. The rest
great.
of us normal people do.
Yeah, you spoke volumes about why I'm not on Facebook. Thank you for proving my point.
No, you don't look away. You make the eye contact. You stare them down. And you force an awkward conversation. Because what else are you going to talk about here on the radio, Bear?
That's true.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, so something that me and you were talking about earlier, Scott, is that it's around the lunch hour. And Scott, he wants to challenge Jimmy John's because he says that they're freaky fast, and we don't know what the definition of freaky fast is. So we thought it would be, well, Scott thought. I just said we because I want some attention. But he decided that it would be a good idea that if we ordered a sandwich and we time them and see how long it takes for them to get here. So, I mean, as far as I don't know. I've never thought about this, but this is ingenious.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's lunch. They deliver. It all works out, and it works out perfectly. And this could be a topic for another day, but tip amount. What do you do? I mean,
for those guys,
a $6 sub that gets delivered.
$1? I don't know.
It depends. Are they freaky fast?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's asking me to put it in beforehand. I can't.
It's asking for a pre-tip. That's weak.
I know.
I say you go 10 cents, and then when he gets here, if he does a good job, then he can give him a real tip.
Give him a little cash on top.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Hopefully they break at 50. That's all I got on me right now.
Hey, back to your question at the very beginning of this entire segment.
With Derek
Jeter.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I totally tangented out on that.
No, you're good. So with referring to Derek Jeter, so this is actually Derek Jeter's last year in the majors. So first of all, Derek Jeter would never go to the Indians because he wants to play for a winning organization.
Right.
Second of all, he's retiring after this year. And again, he would never want to go to the Cleveland Indians. So, I mean, the radio host was not rude in calling that guy an idiot because, in all honesty, the guy was an idiot.
Gotcha.
And bless his heart. Hopefully he gets his facts straight next time he calls in because that's embarrassing for him, his family, and his children.
And Derek Jeter, I mean, he is the icon, the face of the New York Yankees. And like you said, last season, he ain't going anywhere. And if LeBron James and Derek Jeter have anything in common with that caller, is that no athlete wants to stay in Cleveland. No athlete wants to go to Ohio. Everyone's trying to get out of there as fast as possible. So for Jeter to leave New York, where he is legendary, never ever going to happen, even if this wasn't his last year.
He's going to Florida next to his $1 million compound that he just finished building. So,
well, there you go. All right, so right now it is 1:49. I'm going to start the timer now, and then we'll start timing, and then we'll let you guys know what's going on with it. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick music break real fast. We'll be right back with you guys, so don't go anywhere. With Greg, Scott, and me with you here on Radio SLCC. Don't go anywhere. Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was Jimmy World with The Middle, which is a great song. I hope you guys would agree with me on that one.
I do like Jimmy.
I would.
Excellent. Right now, so we just barely put in our orders. Apparently, the freaky fast part is probably the delivery. As far as ordering your sandwich, it is not very freaky fast.
Yeah, that could have been partial user error, but we'll say the website.
So right now, we're actually going to go ahead and do our Throwback Thursday segment for today, and we're actually going to start off with Gregory. Go ahead and kick us off, Gregory.
So we're going to listen to a little 50 Cent, edited, I would guess. And it reminds me of when I was back in high school, which we was just talking about was over 10 years ago.
Long time now.
It is a long time. And this song, I was at a birthday party for my future wife, and we weren't dating. I actually was at my girlfriend's house who was hosting the party, and my girlfriend was downstairs, and so I took my future wife and took my girlfriend's parents' car on a drive, and we were pumping that music with some bubbly, sparkling
cider.
Yeah, for all those
the Utah champagne.
Yeah, Utah champagne, and my future wife had her head out the sunroof, and so I don't really know what my girlfriend was doing at the time, but that's why I'm throwing back to this song.
Okay, and you had some other exciting news about Twitter that you wanted to outdo us.
Yeah, for all those Twitter haters or Facebook lovers, I haven't got any Facebook friend requests, but I have picked up a new Twitter follower. I'd like to give a shout-out to Mr. Jason Wooden, and I'll try not to let you down on Twitter.
Okay, well, sounds good. Well, here's some 50 Cent for you guys here on Radio SLCC.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was In the Club with, and I apologize, I was corrected while that song was going. It's not 50 Cent, it's 50 Cent. And if you're trying to Google it, it's with a 50 because he probably couldn't spell 50. So that was Greg's Throwback Thursday song. So there you go, a throw out not only to your wife, but Jason. So nice work. We're on to Scott. And Scott also had an interesting choice, which I totally laughed about, too, because when I told my wife about it, she had no idea who MXPX was or what Responsibility was.
Your wife doesn't know what responsibility is.
Well, she doesn't know the song Responsibility.
Okay.
Every now and then she's a little responsible.
Let's correct that.
Just to clarify there a little bit. Because I know her, I like her a lot. I thought that she was the responsible person, just wanted to hear it straight from you. So.
Yeah, she's responsible, but as far as she's born in '93 though, so she's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Anyway, so your Throwback Thursday song, tell us about it.
Okay, so Responsibility. This is going way back. I don't know how many listeners remember The Box. I think it was channel 58.
Yep.
Back in the day, and you could just call in to play a music video anytime you wanted to. Just music videos on demand. And this Responsibility was just probably one of the first music videos I had ever seen that came on The Box. There are a few others that I remember really well, but
Barbie Girl was always on the
Barbie
box.
Barbie Girl was always on there.
Bloodhound Gang, they had a couple on there.
Peaches.
Yeah.
Peaches and the Hanson Boys were always on there too.
And so Aqua with their Tarzan and Jane and Barbie Girl.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah, all over the place, right? But just thinking back to Responsibility and the good old days when you could do whatever you wanted to before you had a job and before you had to have family and all this responsibility where you can just do whatever you wanted to. So just kind of a little memento to all of those past memories that I've made and, gotten in trouble for or gotten away with. So real throwback there.
All right. And for all of you guys who want to know what The Box is, it was created in 85 and ended in 2001. So, some total throwback.
That actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it did.
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is it's actually part of MTV2. MTV2 is the ones who own The Box. But then it closed out, and then MTV2 came around, and so MTV2 is pretty much The Box. They've just turned it into reality show crap now, so...
Yeah, because good luck trying to find a music video on MTV.
Yeah, it's not there.
Good luck with it.
Here's some... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go.
All right, so let's go ahead and listen to some Responsibility for you guys here on Radio SLCC. Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was Scott's Throwback Thursday song of Responsibility by MXPX. And just so you know, during that song, Jimmy John showed up. And because we had a user error, we actually gave him a little bit more time. So it was 1:55 we started. 1:55, and it is now 2:09. They got here about a minute and a half ago. 2:07, so 15 minutes? 12 minutes?
Well, I think 12 if we count it up, which
Yeah.
is pretty good. I mean, we're here on campus. They had to find us, come to the room.
I wouldn't have found us this quick.
No, it was quite impressive.
Yeah,
That's-
well done, Jimmy John's.
It was, yeah.
So apparently, 12 minutes is freaky fast.
Yeah.
There it
you go.
is.
I've never gotten a pizza that fast.
We now have an answer to that age-old riddle.
So
How
there you go.
fast is freaky fast?
Now-
12 minutes.
12 minutes. Now
Like
you guys
how many,
know.
How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 3. Thanks, Mr. Owl. A little throwback there for those who get that one as well.
My wife probably didn't get that one. My Throwback Thursday song, I'm actually going to throw it back to the 8th grade. And that's not
Which
really
was
like that.
10 years ago?
10
5
years
years
ago. But it's still Throwback Thursday. Some people throw it back to like a week ago, which is really lame. But so it was a time where I had like a fling with a girl, and that time of your age of your life, you're like, oh, I finally found her. I'm gonna marry this one. So I thought
The 8th grade romance?
Right, the 8th grade romance.
Okay.
So at the time, I thought this would be a great idea for me to give her a gift, and she was a huge All-American Rejects fan, and they just barely came out with the CD Move Along. And we purchased the CD, and we thought, oh, this would be a good idea to listen to it. So we listened to it, and we liked it so much we thought, what if we just burned her a copy and kept the original? So I now have the original copy of All American Rejects, and she has the burned copy of it. So I just kind of thought about that yesterday and thought it was kind of funny. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to All American Rejects with I'm Waiting for you guys here on Radio SLCC. And there you go. There is my Throwback Thursday segment for you guys, the All American Rejects with I Am Waiting. Great song. We are actually going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. I got a fun game of Would You Rather between Greg and Scott, and I'm kind of interested to hear some of their choices of what they choose. So don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60. Muse on Radio SLCC. That was Map of Problematique. And I had to replay that song. I tried playing it last week with Tyler Lampf, and we accidentally put it into club mode by accidentally making it go a little faster. So I thought I'd go ahead and play that song again, make sure it was the normal version that time. All right, so as promised, I told these guys, and they didn't know it until about maybe half an hour ago, But I just wanted to play a little bit of Would You Rather, see if these guys are going to banter about any of these answers or questions that I have for them. So, are you guys ready?
Bring it on.
Absolutely.
All right, it's going to start a little easy, but I'm hoping it gets in a little bit more complex when we get there. So the first question I have for you guys, and there's 8 of them, would you rather lose an arm or a leg?
Do I get to pick left or right arm?
I don't know.
Just say you're dominant arm or
we'll say
dominant leg.
you're dominant, yeah.
Oh.
Mine's an arm for sure.
I'd go with arm.
You go with arm? How come?
Yeah.
I like golf, and I think with a prosthetic arm I could do it. I think a prosthetic leg, you'd have a tough time generating that club head speed for all you nerdy golf fans out there.
Probably, yeah. I just like to go places, and I think it's just easier. I mean,
if you're walking,
anything, exercising. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna a prosthetic. You can't go running as easy. You can't. I mean, I just think there's lots of easier things to do with prosthetic arm than a prosthetic leg, in my opinion.
All right. So, would you guys rather have a schnoz or a big nose or Dumbo ears?
I'd go with the ears.
Okay.
I think there's a couple ways to disguise that, and I don't see it all day.
With headphones?
I can, yeah, exactly.
Beats by Dre.
Thanks for sponsoring. No, but like my nose, if it was big, I'd see it every day. And every time I'm looking at someone, they're gonna look right at me with those crazy eyes at my giant nose. I'd go with the ears.
I'd have to agree. I think that there are ways to hide ears. You got hair that can, if you need to, grow it out a little bit.
Yeah, I could grow my hair out again.
I mean, yeah, Scott had a nice ponytail once upon a time.
Yeah, it was great.
It was hot.
Throw them back.
But the nose. I mean, if it's somebody has a big nose, it's the first thing that people their eyes get directed to, and it's on the front of the face, not on the side of the head.
Gotcha. All right, question number 3. Would you rather eat and never feel full, or would you rather drink and never be quenched?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. I would rather eat and never feel full. That means I get to keep eating. And who doesn't love to eat? Right? I mean,
right.
You just get to keep eating, and you never get full with it. Oh, I do that all day.
I'm indifferent. Either of these. I mean, I'm not a big my wife will tell you I don't drink that much. Anything. I like milk, and that's to the extent of my drinking.
Does body good.
Yeah, water does nothing for me. I drink very little of it, and I should drink more probably. But I love eating, so yeah, I'd probably choose. Who doesn't want to have go to a rodizio grill and just be able to throw down for hours?
Oh yeah, I mean,
put them out of business.
Because back in college, where I did some competitive eating competitions and dominated. Well, now as you get older, metabolism slows down. I just can't do that anymore, and I miss it.
All right. All right, so would you rather be stuck watching the same movie that's on television over and over again, or would you rather hear the same song over and over again? You can't change it at any point in your life. From here on out, whether you turn on television, it's either the same movie, or if you hear music somewhere, it's always the same song.
I'd go with the movie. I can get in. Yeah, no, I'd go with the movie. It'd be like living Groundhog Day. Same thing over and over. There you go. I like Groundhog Day. It was a good movie.
You'd rather have the movie than the music? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, and can I walk away? I mean, music. I mean, headphones all the time. TV, I could leave the room, right? Theoretically.
So let's just say if you plug in your headphones, you're hearing the audio of the movie, and vice versa with the music. So
yeah, I do that.
All right.
I know it's bad radio to agree with everything he says, but the same song over and over is brutal. I mean, the movie, like you said, I can tone out or be talking to other people or other things, but anytime I throw my headphones on and I need to mow the lawn, I couldn't listen to the same song the whole time. So.
Gotcha. All right, so would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or feel like you need to sneeze and not be able to for the rest of your life?
Oh, I'd rather have hiccups. The feeling of sneezing and you look up into the light and your eyes are watering. Oh, good gracious, no. I mean, hiccups, whatever. People thought I had probably Tourette's, and that's not the shot at making fun of anybody who has Tourette's, but yeah, hiccups for sure.
No, I'm going to go the opposite on this one. I mean, the feeling of the sneeze, I think that you would eventually get used to that feeling. Whereas the hiccups, I mean, every second, no, I couldn't be interrupted that much. No way.
He doesn't like being interrupted now.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're getting somewhere. Number 6. Okay, here you go. Now you're gonna have to get imaginative with this one. I know the logistics of it are never gonna happen, but just go with me here. Would you rather fight a bear-riding gorilla or a kamikaze grenade-wearing squirrel?
Would you repeat that question?
So if you were put into a ring and you had to fight, would you rather fight a bear-riding gorilla or a kamikaze grenade-wearing squirrel?
So the gorilla is
riding
on
a grizzly bear.
And
then
the
you have a squirrel
just
that's
has
just, I mean, not
grenades on
even just like a single grenade, but like, and we're not even going to put 4 seconds on it. So he's tied to some explosives. So like, if you try to kick it, he could explode.
I'm going squirrel. And here's my reasons for it. It sounds like I'm dying either way here in this match. By the sound of this,
you don't stand a good
it
chance.
should be called a death match. And if that's the case, I'm definitely going the squirrel. Less painful death. I think the grizzly's going to maul me, and I'm going to be around for a while, and he's going to be like pulling out my insides. I'm not big on that.
No, I mean, I disagree with you there. I mean, the squirrel, he's small. He's going to go for your feet first, and then he's going to take his time. Squirrels are mean little suckers. They'll come at you, and then he can like nibble and bite you and everything. No way. If I can take a bear and a gorilla, yeah, they're going to end it for me real quickly here. And I mean, can you imagine the obituary? Scott Klein, beloved husband, father, brother, cousin, died in a tragic death match with a bear and a gorilla. That'll be awesome. That'll make the Tonight Show everything.
I mean, and the other thing is, who doesn't want to see a gorilla riding a bear?
Yeah.
I mean, not to come at you and kill you, but I mean, just to see it like in the zoo or something.
You're not living either of these, and that's why I'm taking my shot with the squirrel. Maybe if I kick him in the head and he's not able to detonate it, then I walk out. You ain't walking out of a bear with a gorilla on his back. He's whooping you.
All right.
Both of them.
All right, next question. Would you rather have invisibility and teleportation or the ability to read minds and fly?
Wow, kind of a dual
yeah,
question there.
it's a dual.
And one or the other. That one's easy.
Yeah.
But both, a combination.
Yeah, invisibility and teleportation or the ability to read minds and fly.
I'm going to go with invisibility and teleportation.
Okay.
Going back, X-Men, Nightcrawler could teleport. That is awesome.
Awesome.
And, sure, I can teleport a few more times to get where I'm going, whereas the flying, I mean, like, yeah, I can take off and go there, whatever. I just need to teleport a few more times. That's cool. I like it.
All right.
I would choose flying. I think everybody wants to fly at one point in their life, don't they? I mean, who doesn't want to be able to fly? Plus, reading minds, I'd be a great husband, father, employee. I would be.
Can you imagine the stock tips you would get?
Exactly. I mean, if I could, I'd be able to change the world. I'd be good.
See, but like teleporting, you can teleport up and fall. You're still in the sky.
And you can wear a squirrel suit.
No, that doesn't work. That is not the same. I just take off and fly. Plus, people don't say, oh, that dude teleported. They say, that guy flew.
Yeah, but, I mean,
How many-
what if you're in Utah weather and it's snowing? You want to fly in blizzard?
You don't live in Utah if you can fly, bro. You fly south for the winter.
All right.
Me and the ducks migrate.
There you go. All right. Last question. And I might have to branch this out into a different question because I'm interested. So would you rather be a pirate or a ninja?
Well, I mean, Utah's landlocked. I don't know what I would do with my ship.
Location doesn't matter. Let's just assume you're in the Caribbean somewhere.
I think a ninja would be awesome.
Okay.
I saw a show with a ninja, and it looked awesome. I'm not going to lie. But those pirates, I mean, again, if I am a happily married man, proud father of 2. But those pirates...
Let's take all that out of the equation
Any
here for you.
beliefs
you don't
or
really
standards
hear
that you have.
ninjas being like the ladies, man, but those pirates that always have ladies with them and money. What more does a man who doesn't have that stuff want in life?
The ability
you.
to throw Chinese stars and use nunchucks and a bow staff and 2 swords like a Ninja Turtle. That's what a man wants.
Okay, so I thought you guys would both say ninja, so I'm actually really glad you said pirate, because I also would say pirate. So Scott, to you, would you...
Whoa.
Plus, you
Hold
have
on,
a
hold
bird
on. Wait,
on my shoulder, a bird.
Yeah, you know how annoying that's going to get real quick.
And helpful, probably.
That's just because you're a fan of Twitter. You want someone tweeting in your ear all day long.
Exactly. The first version of Twitter will be on my shoulder.
So let me ask you this then, Scott. So would you rather be a ninja or a wizard? But not like Harry Potter wizard. I mean like
a legit
cool wizard.
Oh, man, wizard all day.
Okay.
I would agree the same thing at that point. I mean, ninja throws a Chinese star at me, I just say, be gone.
That's the best spell you can come up with. Be gone.
Yeah, exactly. And I demolish everything in the room.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that was definitely as fun as I thought it would be. Thanks, guys, for participating with me. We're going to actually go ahead and listen to a song from Sum 41, and we'll be right back. As promised, we were talking about funny things that kids do / say, and we're going to go ahead and hit on that topic here in a moment. So don't go anywhere right after this song here on Radio SLCC. Radio SLCC, your online student source. That was Sum 41 with Pieces. And good song. And let's see. So as promised, we were talking a little bit earlier. I had posted yesterday about kids saying or doing funny things. And I was hoping to get a little bit of feedback. And I did. And you guys both have kids. You guys probably are full of stories yourselves.
Yeah, I got a little 2-year-old. A little over that, and he just does not stop ever. I think today he's running on about 4 hours of sleep. The other night we just put him down for bed, and we got, the whole system. If you have kids, you got your whole program you do. You watch a show, you turn off the lights, you go upstairs, you sing songs, you read a book, you get in your jammies, all that stuff. So we get him there, and I put him down, and I close the door and go in to check on him about a half hour later, and the lights turned on, and I can hear pounding inside. And he had taken a little chair we have in the corner and just moved it over to turn on the light, was playing with his little tool set. He didn't go to bed till about 4 a.m. So I don't know if that's funny or one of those frustrating things like, why aren't you more tired than this? But yeah, just kind of what he does, and just he loves to explore and get into any kind of adventure he can. He'll just take off on you. You got to keep an eye on him.
Well, we got a couple of responses that I wanted to say on here. There's a couple of responses. First one, it was talking about a 5th grade girl was in class working on a laptop, and I guess the teacher had told them that if they see anything inappropriate on their laptop, that they were to close the laptop and raise their hand. The situation had never occurred until the other day when the teacher saw that a girl slowly closed her laptop and raised her hand. The teacher was very nervous about what she would find on the laptop, but come to find out, the teacher goes over to the girl and carefully cracks open the laptop to see a picture of the Bee Gees on the screen. The Bee Gees, like 70s music, right?
Right.
So I guess apparently with the picture that was on there, it was them just wearing tight white pants, and they had chest hair coming out. So this 5th grader had thought, just inappropriate picture was this hairy chest on here and of a man. And
thank goodness not a woman.
Yeah, right.
That'd be bad.
And I thought that was kind of funny. Greg, did you have a funny story? I'm sorry, I totally cut you off.
No, you're good. I actually try to write down in my phone the funny things that my daughter does, because I think if I don't, I won't remember. So I try to put a little note in there.
That's a good call.
So, for example, about a year ago, my daughter said to my wife, "I need to find my brothers and sisters." My wife responded, "Well, where do you think they are?" And she thought for a moment and said, "I think they're at Walmart."
Just pick one up.
That's funny.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'll see if I can find some more.
Yeah. So I actually have another one here. This is, I guess, is a little bit more cute than anything else. I guess a 1st grader was doing math at school. The equation was 7 plus 2, and the teacher had told them to show their work and how they came up with the answer. The little boy traced his hand on the paper, I guess, and drew his hands, and the teacher told us to show our work, and he counted all of his fingers, and he traced out all of his fingers. And pretty bright.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah. And I thought it was pretty clever.
Thinking out of the box there.
Yeah, right.
We had, again with my wife, she teaches for an online high school, and she works from home, and she was in the middle of a faculty meeting with the other teachers in her department, and just through a webinar kind of thing, and she had thought that she had put herself on mute, which, we've all done, I think. And she yells, and she turns around and sees Kaysen, and she says, "No, don't smear your poop on the walls. I just cleaned those." So, yeah, you got to keep an eye on him. They will.
Kids are disgusting.
Yeah.
I had a post from somebody here on Facebook saying that a girl that they babysit, that Annabelle, I guess, used to always ask if I could take her out to Chuck E. Jesus for her birthday. So instead of Chuck E. Cheese, it was Chuck E. Jesus.
Wants to get her spiritual on. That's great.
Speaking of spiritual, when one of the winter storms was happening, just recently, it was blizzarding, and my daughter came outside and looked up in anger and yelled, "Stop the storm, Jesus!" So, yeah, speaking of that.
And? Tremendous faith, or
the
storm continued?
I think the storm stopped eventually. I'm not sure how long after, so.
After it blew itself out?
Yeah.
Good.
Your mom actually put this one on here, Scott, about your older brother, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
And I guess one day he came up to her in the kitchen, takes her hand, says, "Come with me and come see." I guess they go into the playroom, and he has all of his stuffed animals sitting in a circle with coloring books and crayons in front of them, and he says to me, "Look, Mommy, they're coloring."
Wow.
Yeah. Also bright, your brother.
Yeah, well...
They're debatable.
Maybe in the younger years. No, that's kind of interesting. Did not see that coming from him.
But definitely not as good looking as you.
Well, thank you, Bear.
Well, no, I was just asking you if that's what you thought.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean... My face and voice just work out perfectly for radio, so...
There you go.
Yeah.
Greg, did you have another one, or are you still looking? If not, I got one.
Go with you.
All right. So, speaking of you, Mom called me this morning. I know I'm bringing this into family attire.
Uh-oh. Things just got real.
But apparently Gregory here would go out during the... I don't remember if she said it was winter or just during the day. But anyway, you were in some summer jammies. So you had some shorts, and you would always wear some moon boots with your jammies when you go outside. And you thought it'd be a good idea to get a racket. No, not a racket. What's a
mallet?
A mallet from croquet. You went out to the backyard and decided to chop down the apricot tree, or tried to, which ended up killing the tree, and the tree is no longer.
I don't know if that can be confirmed nor denied. I was a little kid, so could a real little kid knock a tree down with a croquet mallet? I think the owner wasn't properly taking care of it and providing the proper needs for the bugs that were probably killing it. I probably just helped the cause. I think it was probably already dying.
All right. Well, I just thought it was funny because she
and
called me.
moon boots are by far the most convenient thing for a kid to put on. No shoes tied. If they're backwards, you don't care. It's a moon boot. I mean, it's all the same at this point.
That's true.
Stick them on and you're ready to go.
Oh, yeah, no, the moon boots were the best part of that story. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Any more on your end, or are you out?
I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Alrighty, so we're coming up on the tail end. Don't go anywhere. We're actually going to catch up on some movies. We'll talk about movies in general, but talk about some movies releasing this week. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back for you guys here on Radio SLCC. Coming out this week, I usually like to do a little bit of a movie segment just because, with it being the weekend, and I love movies. I'm a big movie guy. This week, let's see. Now, you guys... Who is your favorite Avenger?
Captain America.
Captain America is your favorite?
Oh, yeah. The Black Widow in a close second.
I'd have to go Iron Man.
Iron Man, okay.
And you?
I'd go with Iron Man as well. And I don't know. I'm a cool guy. My problem with Captain America, I'm sorry. I'm going to come at Captain America for a second.
Come at him.
Okay.
I do this all day at work.
I know
this
you do.
Morning,
and you
2.
know what? You made a valid point today. His first movie was just dull and boring, and then he's kind of a sissy in the Avengers at one point. At what point he is when he finally gets on board with everybody's like, okay, like something's not right. We need to start doing something. Before he's like, oh guys, we gotta follow the rules.
Okay, time out. Stop you there. Okay. So Iron Man, obviously, good fighter, right?
Excellent.
Has a lot of weaponry.
Devilishly handsome, which reminds me of myself.
minus the goatee. Thor, would you also categorize him as one of the best fighters on the Avengers?
Sure.
You know that awesome scene when they're going at it? Yeah, who jumps right in the middle and puts an end to it? Yeah, the captain. That's who. He's not afraid to get in there, mix it up. Even Scarlet, she says, hey, they're in a different league than you. He says, no way, let's do this. Jumps off the back of a plane. He can't fly. He just dives right in there. Oh, yeah, no. Captain being like lesser, not willing to get into it. No way. I don't buy that.
Well, I do have good and bad news for you then, since you are a Captain America fan. Good news is the movie's coming out this weekend.
Yes.
Which is excellent. Which, by the way, I'm actually really excited for it. The first one for me was just like so dull. Like when it first came out, I was like, oh, cool, superhero. But like now when you like watch it now, I'm just like, oh, it's slow compared to like all the other like any other Avenger movie that's going on.
Well, totally. I mean, he comes from that World War II time period.
True.
And so you got to go back. You got to bring him to the future. You have to play that out for character development. So I can see what you're saying there.
Did you know he's going to stop acting? The actor?
No.
Yeah, he's so he has to finish his contract with Marvel. So he'll do like 4 or 5 more movies with Marvel.
So I'm still good for another
You're still
10,
good,
15
but
years.
he actually wants to do producing, so he's leaving the scene.
Wow.
Of acting. He's done. But yeah, great news. Captain America 2 is coming out. The Winter Soldier, which looks incredible. I just love summertime movies. It's always just at least 2 or 3 superhero movies, which Spider-Man comes out next month, which I'm incredibly excited for.
That's right.
And then X-Men comes out during the summer, which...
Is that the...
Days of Future
Past? Yeah, I watched a trailer for that the other day. That looks awesome.
I'm a big X-Men fan. I think I like the X-Men stuff better than I like the Marvel stuff. I'd probably be in the minority there, but I really like the X-Men stuff.
No, I think X-Men we were definitely more exposed to growing up. But, I mean, just from a movie standpoint, I think Marvel blows the X-Men out of the water. I think they've done a good job, but it's above the DC superheroes, but not quite to the Marvel standards yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, so that's coming out, and also... Sorry, my computer. Another movie coming out this weekend. Looks like it's Dom Hemingway. I have no idea what that movie's about. I mean, apparently... just somebody who gets out of prison after 12 years, and he's a safe cracker, and he's just back in London just going back to what he's doing best, I guess, is just cracking safes is what it sounds like all it is. But I don't know, not really, not in that type of movie genre.
I have not heard anything about that.
Yeah, right. One thing you would be surprised, what do you guys think of the movie Frozen? Have you guys both seen the movie Frozen?
Oh, yeah.
If you have a kid that's a girl... The likelihood of you seeing Frozen is very likely. And I have 2 of them, so I've seen it multiple times.
And owning dresses and tiaras and dolls, and
we all dress up together.
You're all in on this.
That's how you do it as a father of the year.
You love warm hugs. There you go.
I thought it was an okay movie. It wasn't my most favorite. I actually enjoyed Tangled a lot more than Frozen.
Yeah, I remember we watched it in theaters. We went together, and afterwards I was like, that movie was awesome. And you're like,
It was okay.
If I never saw it again, I'd be okay.
I just wasn't as entertained as I was with like Tangled, or I don't know. I just it was, and the reason I bring it up is because they actually just grossed they're the top highest grossed movie ever, like income
of all time.
It's like over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Which surpassed Toy Story 3, which was holding it for a while, and then Frozen just blew it out of the water. And it was actually a really smart tactic by them, by the way. Was not only did your kids go to see it once, but then they had a sing-along version. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they released it in the theaters, a sing-along version. So it had like subtitles during songs, and you could sing along with it.
Oh, man. I wish I would have known about that. I would have loved to go into a movie theater to hear every 5-year-old in the theater belting out Let It Go, totally in harmony and correct pitch and everything. Oh, man, it's a shame I missed that.
However, I'll agree with you on Facebook with that. That is the worst trending thing for me right now is Let It Go.
Oh, the Let It Go.
By every other version possible.
Covers.
And every other cute little kid singing it. It's all the same to me.
Yeah.
You don't find that on Twitter.
You don't find that on Twitter.
No, you don't.
Going back to the Twitter, I actually just I had to reset my password to get back on Twitter. It's been so long. But gonna give it a second go here.
He's gonna give it a recommitment, and we're gonna follow up with him.
Which, by the way, Scott was also followed by Jason, and I was also followed by Jason. So
yeah, big shout out to apparently our number one listener, Jason Wooden, being part of the show remotely. Love it.
Yeah, and he's actually done a really good job. He's helping me make a YouTube channel. We just actually barely finished. Not we. He actually just barely finished editing all of that on a YouTube channel, so you can definitely check that out if it's interesting. Also, our show will also be on there, so go ahead and check it out there if you missed it or want to catch more of it, if any parts you missed, go ahead and check it out there. I don't know if there's anything else I have as far as movies go. I don't know if there's anything that you guys wanted to bring up or talk about.
Noah? Have you gone and seen Noah yet?
I did see it.
And what are your...
Which is interesting because I had said last week that I was planning on seeing it, and it was okay. I mean, I had to kind of throw away every sort of belief I had in that story and go in with like a whole new story. So if you're going to go see it, go ahead with a whole different mindset of, the original story that and it's going to be definitely tweaked. It was almost mixed with like Lord of the Rings. Like it had like a very Lord of the Rings feel.
Yeah, I heard there were rock monsters in there.
Yeah.
That God got mad at angels and threw them into a lava pit and they became rock monsters.
There you go. And
I don't remember reading that.
NIV.
NIV?
NIV, New International Version.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. The acting was incredible. The thing that saved it was the acting. Russell Crowe, always amazing.
Oh, he's awesome.
And Hermione Granger, Emma Watson, very pretty, by the way, was incredible as well. Her character was just amazing with, she was really good all around. I mean, she was very emotional throughout the movie, and you could definitely feel those emotions. It wasn't like an annoying
But isn't she a fictional character? I mean, because isn't she essentially one of Noah's kids, but doesn't Noah have the 3 sons?
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember what her name is in the movie.
We can call her Hermione. That's cool.
We can call her Hermione Granger. So Hermione Granger is Noah's...
She can pull out her wand and say, "Be gone," to anyone who's coming at her.
That's an effective way to get rid of people.
Quick, to the point, ready to go.
Oh, gosh. But, I just wanted to say thanks for you guys coming out here. We got to start wrapping up here, and it's been really fun having you guys here and talking about some funny things, and also get to a little bit know about what you guys do and the benefits of not only starting a 401k and saving for retirement, things like that, and also, for... I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, you're looking for a little
like a little outage there for you to...
Just if I may.
Sure.
One of the things, like I mentioned, I was a high school history teacher before coming over here, and I was actually approached by some great friends that I've known since kindergarten and before, and they approached me, and a lot of the guys who we work with were people that we already knew. So I walked in my first day, and I knew more than half the office in there. And, as getting into the business world and LinkedIn, I hated it before. I'm okay with it now. So that's another social media I got to get my head wrapped around here. But just making connections and keeping in touch with people and making sure that, every day as you're talking with people that, years down the road, you never know when someone's going to come back and say, "Hey, what about that guy? Could we bring him on board?" So just, be a good person. Get to know people and stay in touch via Facebook with them, at least.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's see. Sorry, I don't know what happened to this. Sorry, I was just pulling something up here. And, Greg, was there anything else you wanted to touch on before?
No, just appreciate the opportunity to come out here. Hopefully there were some students listening that got some sort of wisdom. Scott had asked me, if we had one piece of advice, what would we give to them? And I would just say, enjoy life. You have a lot of time to work. You have a lot of time to do things. So I would say, enjoy life while you have a chance.
There you go. Okay, well, it's been another fun segment with you guys here on Radio SLCC, being here between 1 and 3. It's always been fun. So I hope you guys tune in next week. I'm actually going to go ahead and dedicate this next song to my technological guy. Jason Wooden, who's been helping me out with my YouTube channel and everything else like that. So go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link on my Facebook so you can catch it out there. But until next week, we'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.